Hello and welcome to the show. Listen, I'm so glad that you could join us today. We've got a great show planned for you. You know, I'm excited because, as I said, this year is Live Your Dreams and Enjoy Life. And everybody that we've been talking to is enjoying life and they are living their dreams. You know, this week's guest is the author of For Baddies Only, Jasmine Owens. And Jasmine's here to tell us all about it and talk about her journey. And so without further ado, what I want you to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy because it's coming up next.
Join us for Just Sharing, building community through stories of our past, discussing the 70th anniversary of Briggs versus Elliott, Brown versus Board, April 18th, 6 p.m. at the Orangeburg County Conference Center, 1643 Russell Street. Speakers are Dr. Vernon Burton, Dr. Bobby Donaldson, Mr. Cecil Williams, and moderated by Ms. Tammy McContry. This event is free to all and light refreshments will be served. Registration is required. Sponsored by the South Carolina Humanities, National Endowment for the Humanities, United We Stand, and the Cecil Williams South Carolina Civil Rights Museum. For more information, call 803-662-4644. The Cecil Williams South Carolina Civil Rights Museum is the Palmetto State's first and only museum. It honors a generation of people, black and white, throughout the state of South Carolina who deserve to be remembered for their unselfish commitments and sacrifices. Enjoy an immersive and entertaining virtual tour. For more information, visit www.cecilwilliams.com.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley of The Michael Finkley Show, and you're watching Gold right now. Why? You're watching The Tammy Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show. Well, if you're just joining us, as I told you, we have a great show planned for you. You know, this young lady, and I should say this lady, is a native of Orangeburg, South Carolina. She's a graduate of Johnson C. Smith University up there in Charlotte, North Carolina. And she's the author of For Baddies Only. Without further ado, Miss Jasmine Owens. Come on out, Jasmine.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Jasmine, and the founder of GEMS. I forgot to mention that in the intro as well. Listen, Jasmine, thank you so much for being on the show. It is such a pleasure to see you, beautiful lady.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
That's right. You know, you're a 2019 graduate, and we were talking, my daughter, Catherine, the 2017 graduate, those Golden Bulls down there in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
Right. And what was your major, Jasmine?
I majored in psychology.
Okay, psychology. All right. So listen, if somebody came up to you and they said, Jasmine Owens or Jazzy, do people call you Jazzy?
People call me Jazzy.
That's right. What would you tell them when they said, who is Jasmine Owens? What would you say to them?
So I would tell them that I am a resilient, a strong, a very educated, smart young lady who is creative and just powerful in a very humble way.
Wow. So when we talk about what you're doing and how you're using your psychology major, what would you say influenced you to become the author that you are today?
Just going through my trials and tribulations, it really motivated me to kind of take a more creative route to work, and just exploring what would be in store for me, and what would be what would align with my path.
Mhm.
And I feel like all of the setbacks and my journey to entrepreneurship definitely motivated me to just write a book, so that the younger ones that's coming up behind me will be able to read this and say, hey, this girl or this lady is not that much older than us, and she has made it, and she's an author, and she's an entrepreneur, and she's building her legacy, and building and forming her own path. And this is something that I can do too, and I hope to inspire those coming behind me and motivate those to do better.
Yeah. So Jasmine, let's talk about that journey because, becoming an entrepreneur and being in business for yourself can sometimes be daunting, especially to those of us that are in business that know what it took to get here. Talk about your journey into entrepreneurship and what that means to you.
Starting off, it was very rocky. I'm just now finding my footing with things. Initially, I started in college. I had graduated in high school at Orangeburg Wilkinson High, and they had a cosmetology program there where I was able to uh, procure my license in cosmetology, and I ended up trying to do hair and do nails in college, and I was unsuccessful in that. And along the way, I've tried many other routes of entrepreneurship, such as YouTubing. I've tried selling clothes like how I'm doing now, but in a different way. And I've tried a bunch of different things, marketing as well. But I think that now with what I'm doing now for Baddies Only and the book and the mentor program and my merchandise, I think this is the path that fits me. And I just want to encourage everyone else to just keep doing everything until you find what works for you. And yeah.
Yeah, wow, and I forgot to mention that Jasmine is also my sorority sister, member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Yeah.
Yes.
But, Jasmine, when we talk about, and I talked to my daughter and some of her friends about this, in finding your niche,
Right.
what makes you think that you have found your niche, and are you willing to maybe try other things as well on your journey?
Yes. So, for example, the GEMS program, the mentoring program that I'm starting, that is something that is a little out of, I guess, my path, in my opinion, but it's something that I feel passionate about. And so that is just something that I'm trying new. So I am open to trying new things. But I do think that for Baddies Only, what I'm doing now with the book and the merchandise, the clothes, and things like that, I feel that it is my path because it's just aligning with what I want to do. It's working out. It feels comfortable. Like I feel
Mm.
very comfortable in what I'm doing, and it comes naturally to me. So I feel as though this is my path and it's my purpose.
Wow. So talk about GEMS, GEMS, and what that means.
So GEM stands for Girls Empowerment and Mentoring Society. I'm looking to start it next fall at some of the local high schools, hopefully at Orangeburg Wilkinson, since I am an alumni there. And it's just like what I was explaining earlier with the younger girls, just kind of helping them find that creative route with their entrepreneurship and have guidance along the way. Because I think that a lot of people, or a lot of parents, and a lot of the adults in the community kind of push the kids to have one route, whether that's going to college or military or whatever. But it's just straightforward, and there may be other paths for people. So certain
Mhm.
things are not for everyone. And so I want to be there to kind of guide the girls and show them the tips to entrepreneurship, and also follow the book to my tips and advice of having experiencing those setbacks and those hardships, and how to bounce back from those, and how to continue to push forward.
Right. That's so important when you said how to push forward. So when you had to push forward, What was it that you said, I've got to keep going? What made you keep going?
So I feel like just getting the momentum and just talking to other people about what I have going on pushed me to like keep going, because when I talk to other people about the things that I'm doing, they're very wowed by it. Like, wow, this is something that you're doing for our community. You know, we're happy to have you or someone like you doing this for us and for our children who's coming up in the community. And that just motivates me to say, okay, you're too far in at this point. You have to keep going.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you know, people look at you, and as we talked about earlier, and I'm going to go back, take a step back, talking about those setbacks. What was it that was that you found that was challenging to you to really start your journey on entrepreneurship?
So a lot of the times I ran into a wall with resources and just enough finances to just put into my business and continue it to keep pushing it and keep growing it. And that's just the only thing. And I think a lot of people run into that problem. And as a younger person, I think that a lot of us don't realize that this is something that you will have to constantly, put money and finances and resources into until you make it to a place where it's automated and it's coming, it's flowing more naturally. And so, yeah,
Right.
that's yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you talk about that, and you just said something that reminded me about instant gratification. Talk about being a younger lady in your age group and in your generation, the need for that instant gratification, but yet still knowing that you have this business that you're going to continue. Speak to someone who's thinking about, oh, I got to have it right now. Talk about that.
I will let them know it's not going to come when you want it. It is not going to come when you want it. You have to be passionate about what you're doing, and if you're not, it's not going to work out. But you have to be passionate. You have to be resilient. You have to be motivated, and you have to have structure and discipline in order to, schedule out your days and balance out your work and your side business. And like me today, I'm at work. I'm full time.
Right.
But thankfully, I have the opportunity, and my president supports this. And so I'm able to kind of balance things out. But if you don't have the passion for it, it's not going to work. You have to be passionate.
Right. And I wanted you to address that because we too many times, when I'm talking with young people and they say, but why can't it come right now? And it's not, and that's what we need to get people to understand, especially our younger generation. As you said, it's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
You have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. What would you say is your biggest accomplishment at this point in your life?
I think that starting my journey with my book and everything that's coming with that, I think that that's my biggest accomplishment in my life thus far, simply because it took so much out of me to get it completed, and it just really pushed me to be in a different space in my life and a new chapter. And I feel as though now having an author behind you adds so much credibility, and yeah,
It
I
does.
think
It really,
it's really
yeah.
important.
It does. Well, listen, Jasmine, we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back. And when we come back, I want you to talk about For Baddies Only. And I'm going to pick out some of those points that you want people to know without giving the book away, of course.
Yes.
Okay. We'll be right back. Thanks, Jasmine.
Okay.
Okay.
The Orangeburg County Conference Center supports downtown Orangeburg and our surrounding communities. The 6,000 plus square foot space is ideal for groups of up to 400 people attending corporate meetings, conventions, workshops, and special events. Conference Center staff are inspired to ensure that everyone can enjoy the modern amenities. State-of-the-art ballroom that accommodates up to 400 guests banquet style and 430 guests theater style. A warming kitchen with hot boxes, ice machine, refrigerator, freezer, and counter space. A lobby that accommodates 150 guests with special events outdoors. The comfortable outdoor amphitheater has a video wall and seating. Adjacent to the amphitheater is 12,000 plus square feet of green space that extends events outside, plus complimentary on-site event parking and additional parking across the street. Your event can take place all in one spectacular location. We welcome your special event in Orangeburg.
Stay tuned. You are now watching The Tammy Show. This is Roger Gas. Welcome.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Listen, we've been talking with Jasmine Owens for Baddies Only, and Jasmine is just a fabulous young lady who is an author, and she's the founder of GEMS. And GEMS stands for Girls Empowering Mentoring, and so we just happy to have Jasmine back with us. And so, Jasmine, I know you had to take a break right then. So I was just telling the folks that you were on, and if they missed the beginning of the show, talking with a beautiful young lady about her GEMS and about being the author of For Baddies Only. So let's get into the book, For Baddies Only. You said you wrote that because you wanted people to understand, as far as being a young lady and a younger person, that journey into entrepreneurship. What's the one big lesson that you learned as you were writing this book?
One lesson that I learned and that I'm still learning is discipline and structure, and just doing that, working on the book every day and making sure that all of the grammatical errors are squared away, and everything is just tailored to how I want it, and just being able to keep up with that and make sure that, deadlines are met and it was pushed out.
Wow. Now you said a mouthful, because folks don't realize when you are writing a book, you do have deadlines.
Yes.
And that's something that some people are not used to, making sure that you get it done on time in a timely manner. And so what's your favorite part of the book?
So I kind of like the beginning because it really captures your attention. And I think for the younger girls, it's written in a language that is kind of in a dialect that will appeal to them. And so for any of the younger people, I think that the first chapter really draws you in, and it kind of puts you in this whole, in this world of who Jazzy is and For Baddies Only and that lifestyle.
Oh, wow. Well, now, Jasmine, I'm going to ask you to do something. Read a line from your book, because you're intriguing everybody now that's watching. So if you'll just read one of the lines from your book intro part to let people know what it's like.
Okay, hold on for me. All right. So the introduction says, my book spills the tea on the journey to becoming a baddie. It's all about finding out just what you are truly capable of and who you are meant to be. I'm inviting you to soak in all the wisdom I snagged from my baddie journey, from college cheerleader to making moves as an entrepreneur, influencer, and an author. Every win and every struggle taught me something big that shaped my journey. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Girl, I love it. I love it. See, when you spill the tea, now you get ready to spill some tea. All
yes,
right.
And that's that dialect I was, that's the slang right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, quiet as it's kept. You all think that that's new, but I've been pouring tea the whole time, girl.
I love it. I love it.
I know, I know. So, Jasmine, what's the takeaway that you want viewers to glean from this interview?
Just that they can do it. This I'm just a regular old person, and I know that a lot of people, or a lot of younger people, or just everyone, I think, in the world at this time is so influenced by social media and what they see, the glitz and glamour of, the bigger influencers and the bigger celebrities in the world and their lifestyle and what they share. And oftentimes they don't share the downfalls and the setbacks and the hardships that they experience. And so that's just something that I want to share, that this is something that everyone on their journey to success experiences. And you don't have to be a big celebrity star and all of this glitz and glam. That lifestyle is not meant for everyone. And it's okay to be powerful in your own way and on your own journey.
Wow, you said a mouthful, girl. And so, Jasmine, having said all of that, what's next for you?
So now I am putting energy into gyms and making sure that that is something that happens, and it fulfills its purpose. So this will be my first time really mentoring. And now I'm trying to venture out to podcasts. So thank you for having me again, and doing interviews about what I'm doing and just bringing exposure to the brand and trying to grow the brand in a bigger light beyond Orangeburg County.
All right. And how do they get in touch with you?
So right here behind me, my website is www.forbaddiesonly.com. You can reach me at 803 928 4321, or you can reach me by email at worldofjazzy@gmail.com. And either contact is fine. Just reach out for any inquiries, for any bookings or anything like that.
Okay, so we're going to put it on the screen. It's
Okay.
www dot the number four baddiesonly.com. The phone
Correct.
number is 803
Yes, ma'am.
928 4321. Correct?
That's correct. Yep.
All right. You got that, Willie? Eight. Okay. And of course, what about your IG accounts, girl? We got to tell them about that.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I completely forgot. IG, TikTok is number four baddies dot only.
Okay.
And that is my username for all social medias. You can also find me on Facebook that way, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
All right. So we got to get the handles up there. So we got the phone number 803 928 4321. All right.
Yes.
We got that telephone number. And then your IG account is the number 4baddies.only. Correct?
That's correct.
All right.
Yes.
So that's the social media handles, you all. See, I got it. All right. See, Willie's got it.
Yes.
That's IG for baddies. That's IG, TikTok, Facebook, all social media.
All social medias. Yep.
And your email.
I'm sorry. And Jazzy is spelled Jassy. I should have clarified.
Jassy. Okay. The
Yes.
world of Jassy. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
And so what we're going to do is we just want to make sure that we're helping promote, because I see you got the hat on, you got the shirt on.
Yes.
All right. So show us some of the items that you have as well before we go.
I was just getting ready to. So this is the original logo. You will find this on any For Baddies Only piece. This was created by me. And it's a 4-leaf clover with a twist on it. And it stands for baddie who is bold, authentic, daring, and determined. And so those 4 acronyms stands for our 4-leaf clover. And our brand stands for any young lady or any young confident woman who strives to excel in her field of work, whether that's corporate field, whether that's college field, whether that's, the creative field, whatever it may be, as long as that woman is excelling in her work, just being her own baddie in her own way, and just following her path to do what she
All
needs to do
right.
and
That's
excel.
wonderful. Well, now the all of your merch that you have, you can go to your website, correct? And
Yes.
order it that way. Okay. So
Yes.
we're going back to the website, which is forbaddiesonly.com. You know
Yes.
what, Jazzy? This has been great talking with you. I love what you're doing. I've got to get the book myself because I want to read the book.
Yes.
And folks know that I usually read the book before you come on the air, but because we just talked and I wanted to make sure that you got on before this month was out. And I want to thank Mr. James McQuilla, the president of the Chamber of Commerce there in Orangeburg County. I want to thank James so much for allowing you to be on with us today. And again, thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate everything you guys have done. And I enjoyed myself today. I hope that this benefits someone in some type of way.
It will. And and I got one last question for you. 3 words that describe Jasmine.
I oh, that's a good one. Resilient, witty or charming, and determined.
And determined. And that's in your For Baddies Only. Wow.
Yeah.
Jasmine, thank you again for being on the show, my darling. And I hope to see you soon.
I hope to see you soon too. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Bye.
good day. Tell James we said hello now.
I will.
Okay. All right. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Listen, so great that we had Jasmine Owens on For Baddies Only. You can go to her website. That's the number 4, Baddies Only. Her handles are forbaddies.only. And so you'll be able to get in touch with her that way. And you can go to her email, which is world of jazzy, JASSY, @gmail.com. And so thank you again, folks, for joining us. It's always a pleasure when you tune in. Next week, we have another special guest for you. But I always want to thank my producers, Alicia, assistant producers, Tiana and Willie. Thank you for all that you do. Remember, please subscribe to the Tammy TV show. Hit that red subscribe button so that you will be notified of our shows that are coming on. Let us remember, be a blessing to somebody today and every day. Until the next time, take care of yourself and thank you again. Bye-bye.